Before starting my prepared remarks, I want to say, President Smith, that your comment on liquid time has made me think about the 80 million displaced people in the world, displaced from their homes because of conflict and violence. I was able to travel to many parts of the world when I worked with the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, to Ethiopia, Somalia, Uganda, Afghanistan, many other places. And what refugees live in is liquid time. They're unable to go home. They're not settled really in the countries they're in, and they're unable to move elsewhere and start their lives again. And as so much attention now is paid to the 6 million Ukrainians who have fled their country, I just hope that continued attention is applied to the tens of millions of people who have fled, who are not white, who are not European, and who are not Christian. President Smith, parents, friends, faculty, fellow honorees, members of the Board of Managers, and graduates. Doesn't that sound nice? I'll say it again. Graduates. It's with love in my heart for this college that I'm grateful for this second Swarthmore degree. I attended my first Swarthmore graduation 58 years ago. Now, I know what you're thinking. He doesn't look that old. Actually, it was my older brother's graduation. At that 1964 graduation, it was the centennial of Swarthmore, and the President of the United States was the commencement speaker. These were turbulent days in the country and on the campus, implicitly recognized in Lyndon Johnson's comment that day that we recognize in the outer simplicity of Quaker life and the inner passion for decency and justice, there's inspiration for every person of goodwill. There's some parallels between then and now. The demand for racial justice has seized the nation. A major power of the world was waging an unjust imperialist war. Congress was debating expanding health care. Income inequality was recognized as a national scourge. An environmental movement was growing. Roe versus Wade was decided in my junior year. My generation, naively optimistic, thought we could solve the problems of the day and to deliver to you a more just, a more equal society. To be sure, there have been some successes, but we have left an awful lot for you to do. At that 1964 graduation, 6 other honorary degrees were awarded, one to an Anglo-American poet who had taught at Swarthmore for 3 years, 2 decades before, W.H. Auden. But only the president spoke. Can you imagine? W.H. Auden stood here silent. Let's let his words speak now. In his great poem, September 1st, 1939, Auden wrote of a time when the world stood on a precipice, a world he believed to be defenseless under the night. But it was also a world, wrote Auden, dotted everywhere with points of light that flash out wherever the just exchange their messages. And Auden concluded with a personal hope. May I, beleaguered by negation and despair, show an affirming flame. The world needs those affirming flames today, and I see them here in the class of 2022 and 2020. These are affirming flames kindled in this place through critical engagement with texts and late-night conversations, quiet walks in the Crumb, creativity and performance in Lang, all enriched by the diversity and solidarity of this community. Swarthmore asks you, it enables you to be among the just who continue to exchange their messages. Now, often at celebratory moments like these, graduates are told to go forth and change the world. A Nobel Prize is within your reach. My message would contain a bit more Quaker humility. I would say, make for yourself a life that models the world you would like to see. Maybe that's a world that's more caring, one in which people listen a bit more than they talk, a world that finds nurture in nature, that gives play to the imagination in literature and the arts. Each act of kindness, any flower planted, every joyful dance is an affirming flame. With a Swarthmore education, a world of challenges becomes a world of opportunities. To the uninitiated, the words engraved on the cornerstone of parish may seem like an oxymoron, use well thy freedom. But to those who have passed through these halls, you get the drift. I'm confident you will indeed use well the education you've received here, and I know that the college will be proud to call you theirs, as proud as you will be throughout your life to call the college yours. Thank you.